So the question is, if I'm hearing you correctly, is if what event has occurred in your life that's had a positive influence since you've been diagnosed?
When I was diagnosed when I was 7, I was diagnosed because I constantly was going to the bathroom every time I got home. I was probably going like 6 times a day. Positively, in 2006 when I had my surgery, I was in the hospital for a month. And many people ask me, because socially you get out of the network at school and everything. And I'm constantly being asked, but not constantly, but how do you get yourself back in that flow? How do you maintain, how are you who you are today when you've missed so much? And I feel like through Crohn's disease, it's made me a better person. Not better, but a stronger person than I could be if I didn't have Crohn's disease, because it really defines me who I am. Because it made me struggle and made me make something out of myself.
Well, I was diagnosed at 15, and I remember going to the emergency room because I was it all came on so sudden. And I remember asking, no offense, but why did you want to be a GI doctor? I just thought it was completely disgusting. But now that's actually what I want to major in college, so it kind of changed my life that way by helping me lead my life towards that. I want to help and make a cure. So.
I had the same story. That's why I became a nurse. I want to help people. I love the patient care aspect. I was diagnosed at 5, so I kind of just grew up with Crohn's. That's all I really knew. I don't remember before I was 5, so it's just a part of my life. And I always say to people, Crohn's is probably the worst and best thing that's ever happened to me, because through that I've just learned so much sympathy for people, because I want people to have sympathy for me and empathy, because to think of what someone else is going through and comparing your life to theirs and just making sure that everything's okay with them. So I don't know, you can turn it into a positive thing. Like I said, I went through nursing school and made it into something positive.
Okay, we need to find out about camp. We have a few campers here. Anybody want to talk about going to camp? Ryan, I know you do.
I absolutely love camp. I don't care what medicine they put on me, say that's going to cure me up. Camp is the best medicine for me. There's so many people there. They all know what you're going through, so it's like an open conversation there. There's nothing that they would think is kind of weird that other people would because they don't have it. There's other activities to do, but the counselors and all the staff having the thought in mind that you might need to go to the bathroom, whether you're flaring up or not. They take really good care of you there, so you're not kind of on the edge like you would be on other camps.
Okay, I've been going for 2 years, and it's one of the greatest experiences I ever had. I've made some of my bestest friends there, and it's great. I don't know, and they take really good care of you, like you said. If you have to go to the bathroom, there's no problem. Yeah. I'd definitely say you should go to it if you're thinking about it.
Our camp is Camp Nakamixon. Camp Oasis is so it's up in Bucks County. It's not too far away, and it's well staffed with physicians and nurses, many of whom come from CHOP. But it's 5 nights. 5 nights. It's not for an old lady like me. 5 nights is about all I can handle. The kids have much better facilities than the nursing staff does. I'll tell you that right now. Right, Sarah?
Yeah.
The cabins for the kids are phenomenal. The beds for us old people are terrible.
So, yeah, I loved it. I loved volunteering there just as a nurse. Sue and her staff, they're great. So everyone that works there is great. And then even the Nakamixon people, I've seen both sides because I worked at Nakamixon camp initially, not through Crohn's, but through their own camp. So their staff together is great, and the kids seem to really love it, and I loved it, so I can't wait to go back to volunteer. Yeah, I was a camper, a long time ago, but yes.
Can you do the tube feedings at camp?
Oh yeah, you can do. I went to camp with TPN, which is total parental nutrition, which is a central line in my chest, kind of like an IV. And I went through camp with that, and Patty took care of me and all of them. So yeah, you can go to camp with anything. As long as you're not severely sick and severely flaring, I wouldn't think that's a good idea. But yeah, you can go to camp. We have Chimera there. I mean, kids get
We
everything.
cannot do Remicade
Remicade,
camp.
no.
We can't do blood transfusions at camp. If you're sick, we can do IV fluids until we can get them home. But, yeah, they can, tube feeds are the norm. Other questions? Yes?
Can anybody talk about diets or certain foods that you must stay away from? Or
Any foods that bother you or foods that you have to stay away from?
I've recently started gluten-free, and I've been gluten-free for about 2.5 weeks now. I've been unstable for a couple months, and we basically just were so desperate we decided to try anything. And it's actually, these are the best 2 weeks I've been so far, and it's helped a lot, so we're going to see how it goes and see what works for me.
I've been lately on a vitamin kind of diet, taking the fish oil pills and the vitamin C. It's really working out, and I was also given a diet by a different doctor that of the foods I had to stay away from and that I should eat. Things like oatmeal are really good for you. I don't eat that though. I like it. And, well, I'll have the oatmeal cookies. Those are good, and I'm taking something called Greens First. It's just a powder in a bottle, and it's got more than 11 fruits, 11 vegetables. It's got a lot of really good stuff. It gives you a lot of energy, and it really keeps you under control. I think it's actually starting to help me. It works really, really good. Same with the vitamins. And you can't have raw vegetables, popcorn, or any other like hard foods or junk foods. They really mess you up.
I know when I was first diagnosed, I was lactose intolerant, but now I'm not. That makes sense. So I do drink a lot of milk, but I know I try and chew my popcorn and stuff and nuts because I know how it stuff. So.
Have you guys found that there's certain foods that bother you that you need to stay away from and others that?
Fast foods really bother me. I've actually haven't had like McDonald's or Burger King in about 1.5 years, and that actually helped. And sodas also bother me too.
Yeah, I was going to say caffeine is the biggest one for me. I mean, I've had Crohn's for 19 years. Caffeine always does it for me. I mean, if I had soda, it has to be caffeine-free if I ever drink it because I'll be running fast all day. But you have to find what works for you. I mean, everybody's different. Obviously, the whole day we've talked about everyone has different genetic makeup, everyone has different body type, everyone has different, state of Crohn's or colitis. So, I mean, you eat something that doesn't agree with you, you should probably stay away from it. I mean, or you can eat it and suffer the consequences. I mean, I try not to limit myself. I mean, as long as I'm eating, I think that's good because I went through so many years of malnourished weight and so, I mean, as long as you're eating healthy and staying away from things that do bother you when you find them, I mean, that's what it is.
For me, things like popcorn, any kind of nuts or raw vegetables, anything that I really have to chew, it's pretty hard because my digestive system can't take it. It can't process it enough. And with the hard things like nuts and the popcorn, it'll kind of scratch the inflamed spot. That'll really get me going. Also, just junk food. I haven't been to anything like the McDonald's or Burger King for years. I try and stay away from all that.
So Drew and Chris, you haven't said anything. Any foods bother you guys?
Nothing really for me. I mean, I've had one bad experience with popcorn, but past that, nothing for me. I got McDonald's yesterday for lunch.
Good time for one more question. All right, okay, sorry. I'm assuming that many of you grew up eating food, and I'm wondering if your relationship with food has changed over time.
Has your relationship with food changed? Did you hate food?
Yes, absolutely. Like I just said, I struggled with my weight and food for so long. I mean, I had such severe Crohn's, I didn't even feel hungry. Like, I would just eat because I had to, and then by the time my Crohn's would get even worse, I didn't even feel hungry. I didn't even want to eat. If I ate, I would feel sick. So, I didn't even want it, like I said, my parents would just say, eat something. As long as you eat something, I don't care what it is, that's good enough for us. But now I love food, I love eating. You can ask my dad, my boyfriend, everyone. I mean, I've been really good with my Crohn's the past It's 4 years since my last surgery, so, I mean, I eat everything in saving. I love it.
When I was first diagnosed, they wanted me to drink the boost shakes and ensure for breakfast, and that was such a pain because it was like every hour, drink a shake. And like I always stuck with like the same flavor, it was just disgusting. But now I'm off of that. But whenever I have a flare up, I try and drink them to gain more weight.
All right. Well, I think we would like to thank our panel again for an excellent presentation. For that. So, there's nobody going out there making them do this. And so we thank you guys for giving of your time on a Sunday morning. If you did not get parking passes, we have them. I still have this ring with, might be mine. So, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you.